brighten up those dark mornings. Wheeler, Ollie, and Lekter. Mornings at the Cabin.
Mornings at the Cabin, indeed. Wheeler and Lekter with you on your Wednesday morning, getting in just under the wire. You know why? Because I was trying to get into the little tap thing on our door.
I wondered.
All my cards flew out of my thing.
I actually thought about coming down to check on you.
I hate that door.
I had heard a bang down there.
Yeah. So I was like, it's a little too stuffed, which is my fault. So I'm trying to force it out.
Right.
And sometimes it'll pop out just a little bit so I can grab it and tap on the door. This time, flew everywhere.
Cards everywhere.
Cards everywhere. It's minus 40 this morning. I hope you plugged your vehicle in. If you didn't, don't blame the vehicle. It's on you. My vehicle barely started this morning. So,
did you plug it in?
No, I didn't. Oh, I know. I'm a big, fat idiot.
Mr. High Horse.
I definitely do have a high horse. But hey, cannabis is legal. I'm allowed to give my horse whatever I want.
That's fair. Yeah.
That's right. My horse.
My rules.
Yeah, that's right. Whiskey for my men, beer for my horses, and also cannabis.
You brought coffee this morning.
I did bring coffee this morning.
What
You know
a
what you
nice
get?
guy.
Buttered toffee.
Oh, wow.
I know. It smells pretty good.
All right.
I got my regular chai latte with a shot of vanilla, and AJ gets a chai latte because that's what I remember him drinking last.
I was thinking on my walk into work this morning, I might have an AJ issue with my voice. We'll see how it goes.
I mean, my voice is still very, very tired.
Is it still bugging you?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely, yeah. And I mean, again, I think it's the snoring that's like keeping it from healing, I should say.
Right.
So still drinking a lot of tea, stuff like that.
I wonder if I was snoring last night, because my throat feels sore this morning.
Well, I mean, it's just cold as well. So the colder it gets, the drier it gets, and that just kind of lets it happen.
We'll just phlegm our way right through this morning.
Right on.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast.
Curb Your Enthusiasm returned for a season, 10th season, just a few weeks ago. Now, I've been watching this entire series over again on Crave. And because they've got the HBO Essentials, buddy, and
right,
that's
only
worth the price of admission.
$1,000 a year.
It's $20 a month. All right, and HBO Essentials is merely about half of what they have.
I mean, Curb Your Enthusiasm is so good that I'd be tempted, and they know that. That's the problem.
Yeah.
They know that programming is so good, that people will pay that extra $20.
I will. I'm one of these idiots that'll pay $20 a month. I got $20 a month there. I got $10 a month on Amazon. I got my $10 a month. Or like $13 a month on Netflix now.
They got us eating out of the palm of their hands.
I will. I'll eat it. But still, right now, still better than cable.
Well, yeah.
Until they all get dispersed into like 100 different streaming services. That's how they get you.
Especially if you don't have HBO on cable.
That's right. So Curb Your Enthusiasm returned a few weeks ago for a 10th season. Most likely a final season. I mean, season 8 was supposed to be the final season in 2011, and then they came back in 2017 with a season 9. That was supposed to be the final season. That's season 10.
I think season 7 was supposed to be the final season.
I think so
before
too.
That, yeah.
But they just keep on having so much fun, and that's the great thing about this show is that they have so much fun making it that they just keep coming back.
I mean, Larry David being who he is, I think season 1 was supposed to be the final
that's
season.
Right. After one episode, he's like, Anyway, if you like Curb Your Enthusiasm, which I do, and Lekter does as well, we actually text each other about it. It's adorable. We have an adorable friendship.
We do.
The first episode of season 10 garnering a little controversy, or controversy, as we like to say here at Cabin Radio, as Larry is one to avoid anybody.
Yeah.
He's a misanthrope. He doesn't like people.
Right.
So if you don't know the show, this is what you know about Larry. He doesn't like people. He likes
his people.
He likes his people. But even then, doesn't really like those people.
Yeah.
He likes Jeff. He likes Cheryl. He likes Richard Lewis. That's about it. These are the people he can stand to be around.
Yeah.
You know? And so he devises an excellent plan because he's an unabashed liberal on the show and in real life.
Right.
He's not a vegetarian, but he's very health conscious, environmentally conscious, socially progressive, and all these things. So in the first episode, he and Jeff are talking about.
And Jeff is his manager.
Jeff's his manager, his business manager.
For those who don't.
That's right. His not his business manager, his show manager.
I think just his
show
manager in
business
general.
manager.
Yeah, his agent.
His agent,
if you will. Yeah.
And so they're always devising ways of avoiding confrontation or avoiding people.
Yeah.
Like one of the things they do in this episode is the big goodbye, which is hilarious. So if there's someone at a party that you don't want to talk to, and so you don't want to talk to, you don't want to interact with them at all, you avoid them all night. And right before you leave, you go, "Oh, I can't believe it! I gotta go. I'm so sorry I didn't get a chance to talk to you." And it's a brilliant thing. I think I've done it before. And he gets caught in that and gets suckered into a lunch with this producer he can't stand. So he devises an issue when he's talking with Jeff. He devises a plan that they're both kind of talking about, like if someone wore a MAGA hat, well, Make America Great Again hat,
right,
that they wouldn't be able to kind of do business with them. They've made this decision.
Yes.
And, that's their right to make that decision.
Yeah.
And so he gets suckered into this lunch, and the guy shows up, and he's, so pumped to see him because he's this really nice guy. And that's the thing about Larry. He's like,
that doesn't make a difference.
Nice people. That's right. And he walks in, and they don't show Larry right away. And the guy they just show the guy's face drop, and it shows Larry, and he's wearing a MAGA hat in the middle of this restaurant. And the guy sits down. He's like kind of looking around at everybody, like because everybody's staring at him. And he just kind of makes an excuse. He's like, "Oh, I gotta go." And Larry's like, you gotta go," because he'd much rather be alone. So he starts wearing it in all these instances where he can avoid, interacting with people.
Right.
And one of them, he's in his car, and he's up next to a guy on a bike, a motorcycle, and he changes lanes and doesn't see him, so he kind of cuts the guy off. So the guy gets really pissed. He starts swearing at him and yelling at him and pulls up next to him, and Larry's afraid because Larry's,
old
and frail almost, almost a pacifist, doesn't like to get into like physical confrontations with people. And
he's
the guy's
a coward too.
Yeah, pretty
much.
Be honest. Big, muscular bound guy, leather vest and all that. And is really going to town on a bit of a road rage thing. And he does his window, he puts his hat on, he goes, "I'm sorry, I didn't see you." And the guy just immediately calms down and goes, "Okay, just be more careful next time." So everybody else is absolutely embarrassed to be with him when he's got this hat on. This guy is like, you're one of us.
Yeah, you're all right.
You're all right. Just be more careful.
Okay.
So that's the part that's garnering controversy. Like the whole episode of that is garnering controversy. But this is where it takes a little twist. Trump tweeted that clip with the biker, and he says, "Tough guys for Trump." He doesn't realize that the whole episode, that part of the episode, is absolutely mocking him and his supporters.
Right.
So I thought that was funny.
That must be kind of a nice way to go through life, though. If the narrative of the world isn't working out for you, you just create your own.
That's right. Obliviousness.
That's
just
right.
Like, absolutely, man. Ignorance is bliss. Absolute bliss. And it's just thought that was funny. It's a funny episode.
It's just a classic Trump troll job.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe he knows exactly what's going on.
Right. Remember, we're still.
You know what? No.
Remember how we're still out on the fence as to whether Trump is a completely incompetent boob or an absolutely brilliant troll and actor? Yeah, we're really on the fence about that. We're really on the fence. But he's done so many good things. He's done so many things. He's done this and this and this. It's like he's done some things at the loss of people's rights and and their
one thing you can't deny is he is a great troll. He's a brilliant troll.
I mean, he's a troll. That's great.
Like
absolutely.
Troll level 1000.
Which is exactly what a president should be.
Absolutely.
Should be out there
troll
on the internet
in office,
flaming people.
That's right.
Absolutely. Good stuff. Check out Curb Your Enthusiasm on Crave or on HBO or Movies Canada or wherever you watch it. Curb Your Enthusiasm airs on Sunday. And it's pretty good.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast, where we cut out all the great music and you're left with the rest.
When you're done, I'll make you do it all again.
Mornings at the Cabin, Tones and I. Dance Monkey, that one's going out to Draven this morning, a 3-year-old who I'm guessing is a dance monkey. I mean, I would be. If I was 3. Dance monkey, dance monkey, dance monkey. I would be. I'm a dance monkey right now.
You are a dance monkey.
Yeah, I was dancing that whole time.
Do it again.
No.
Okay.
All right. Dipping into the cabin mailbox for a new segment we like to call Cabin Mailbox.
Needs work.
Yeah. That's the first thing I thought of. Wheeler, Lekter and AJ joining us this morning. Thanks for being here.
No problem.
Look at that clear tone.
Very nice.
Took a big gulp first.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, it wasn't hacking up a lung before this. It's nice. It's nice. So dipping into the cabin mailbox, we got a couple of things which were pretty funny over the weekend, and one last night actually. We'll do the second one first.
Okay.
So we were talking about ATCO yesterday.
Yeah.
Because we share a space. We share a floor.
Yeah.
With ATCO. And through ATCO's doors is our main hub of computers.
Yeah.
That we can never get to until they open. So if everything were to explode in there, we'd be like,
So much of cabin radio is completely within their control.
That's right.
It's troubling.
Including all the state secrets So we talked about that and their state secrets and their hiding and the fact that they're, a lock and key back there and won't let us know what's going on. And we received an email from them overnight. And when you mentioned it, I was like, oh no, we kind of could have talked a little smack about Atco. I thought maybe they were a little upset. But the other subject during that discussion was how warm it was in here.
Yeah.
And we were talking about how cold it is in here this morning because it's a little chilly in here.
It's a little chillier. Yeah.
So what had happened is that there is a thermostat on their side that controls our side.
For some reason.
Yeah. And they thought it was controlling their side. So they had that jacked up, but their heat wasn't going anywhere, so they jacked it up a little more. Little did they know, we were roasting in here. So we received an email saying, hey, guys, just realized that this was the issue, so we're going to turn it down.
Yeah.
I'm like, great. You've turned it down too much, and now it's cold. Now I'm a little chilly.
Hey, guys, you want to take it up a degree?
Just like a degree or two.
Yeah.
I don't need
Don't
it.
jack it.
I don't need it 30 degrees, but I don't want it 15.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
inside.
Yeah.
A
nice 20.
Yeah, a nice 20.
Yeah.
72 degrees is room temperature.
Yeah.
In Fahrenheit.
I'm glad I'm glad you guys brought it up on the air because obviously now we know, number one, that Atco listens to Mornings at the Cabin, which
Absolutely.
is kind of cool.
Yep.
And, they are neighbors. It's the least they could do.
That's right.
And it explains why I, who generally run cold, I've been working in this office in a T-shirt lately. And even in the summer, I usually don't work in a T-shirt. Because I just, I feel more comfortable with a hoodie on.
Yeah.
And generally, if
Because you like to hide your fat. I get it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, keep it concealed in
So
there.
pudgy. Need to do something about that.
Makes him look pudgier.
That's right.
Self-conscious about his lack of that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That's
His lack
why
of
I get
paunch.
cold. That makes more sense.
That's why I wear hoodies. Damn. That's why I wear sweaters all winter long. It doesn't do anything, but it makes me feel good.
But I've been sweating it out lately.
Very good.
Working in a T-shirt.
There you go.
And I'm like, what's going on? Is this me or is it just boiling hot in here? But no, it's boiling hot in
It
here.
was boiling hot.
Did you hear why it kept going up?
We just said that.
No, because the guy in there would keep cranking it to
Thinking-
85, but he was
Thinking
he
it
was
was
doing the
warming
wrong
up.
one.
Yeah, no. That's literally what we just went
Okay, but I'm saying the placebo effect of that. He obviously thought, that's better.
through. Yes.
Oh, probably.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He cranked it up and go,
There we
that's
go.
much better.
Now we
That's
got
the
something.
temperature I want.
What is going on with our
Or
office?
he's just like, this thermostat doesn't do anything. I may as well just
Yeah.
crank it up all the way. It's
We
not
gotta
going to
go
make
all
a
the way up.
difference.
Meanwhile, we're sitting here just sweating.
Oh, just sweating, buddy.
What
Oh,
is
my God.
happening in here?
Why does it smell like cucumber water in here?
Mouses are sticky.
The other mailbox item that we have was from over the weekend. Obviously, we streamed the girls' Wade Hamer Challenge Cup game and the boys' Wade Hamer Challenge Cup game and the alumni game. And as is hockey's want and as is hockey's presentation, you play music.
Yeah.
When the puck's not in motion. When the play's not in motion, you play a little tunage.
That's right.
So they had some tunes going on. I'm not sure who was DJing, but they were playing some pretty good tunes. And
Some like classic hockey stuff.
some classic hockey stuff, and then Dance Hamster, which is like this is like all the kids in the audience were like, "Wow, classics!"
Dance Hamster.
Or Hamster Dance. That's the one.
Oh, I thought you were trying to say Dance Monkey again.
Yeah, no, Hamster Dance.
The Tones and I
okay.
version. of Hamster Dance.
Yeah, the
That
kids don't know what that
They don't
is.
know
I
that.
don't know.
And then at
that's a
one point,
throwback.
so we thought nothing of it because we're streaming it. Although we should have thought something of it because we are streaming it live, and there are music things that you have to do.
Yeah.
We're a radio station after all. And one of the songs they played was "Hot Chocolate." You sexy thing.
Yes.
Which I thought was a little inappropriate at the time.
Well, I mean, it's inappropriate because there's not a kid in that audience who knows what that song is. Probably. I mean, maybe they do.
And it's a kids' hockey game.
Oh, whatever.
I mean, don't you think that's a little weird? Out of all the songs you could choose?
No.
You
Romeo and
sexy
Juliet
thing?
were 15 and 13, man. Don't worry about it.
I mean, if you like, we were talking about how they were playing classic hockey music
that's
stuff, which generally consists of AC/DC.
They're playing jock jams.
Thunderstruck was the first thing that came
You
to
look
mind.
at literally any AC/DC song.
Yeah.
It's not appropriate for kids.
No,
yeah,
it's not.
that's true.
It's just kind of washed over with
not as
generic
direct.
lyrics.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's true.
That's right.
So I think we should applaud Hot Chocolate for their directness. Just put it out there.
Fair enough.
Where
Yeah.
are you from, you sexy thing?
I believe in miracles. Okay. He's a godly man who wants to know where I'm from.
That's right.
And he called me sexy.
I mean, we can't say that to kids, but the kids could say it to each other, and I think that would be okay.
That'd be all right.
All right.
There you go.
You've really convinced me on that.
No judgments. So we streamed the game and didn't think anything of it. The music's playing. We're just having a great time watching these kids play hockey and watching the alumni game. and getting all the reactions on Facebook, which is always great. You get the live feed and the live reactions. Everybody's loving it, so it's awesome. We received an email, Sunday night? Or was it Saturday night?
It was Friday.
It was Friday
afternoon.
Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
Like during the game.
Like I think the Challenge Cup games had wrapped up and had been posted.
Yeah.
So they were, just there as a standalone video on our Facebook page. And and we got an email from Warner Music, and I think it was like Warner Music China.
Yeah.
Saying that we had infringed on their copyrights.
Yes.
By including 54 seconds of hot chocolate.
Yeah.
You sexy thing in our video.
Please cease and desist. So we're not allowed to play Hot Chocolate, You Sexy Thing on a live stream in China.
In China.
So maybe if someone's listening to this in China right now, which they are, we're owned by the Chinese.
That's right.
Then they can just edit this, I guess. They can edit the video and play something else. That'd be really funny. If you rewatch the entire stream.
Yeah.
Like all these songs are the same, and then all of a sudden there's a blank spot, and it's filled with other music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, I don't really know how we would avoid that.
We wouldn't.
There's not really
can't avoid that.
way to do it.
No,
I mean,
not if we're live streaming something and there's somebody playing music in the background. That's what's so silly about all these copyright rules. It's like we're not making any money off of that. We're not making money off of You Sexy Thing. It's just that it was playing in the background.
Yeah, I suppose if we had got our Facebook Live coverage of the Challenge Cup game sponsored,
even then we're getting paid by the sponsor. We're not making money off You Sexy Thing. It's so silly.
Yeah.
It's pretty ridiculous. And here's the other thing: how do they know? Is there like a bot? Is there an algorithm that finds that song as this page is playing it right now?
Well, they're watching. We are part of their their financial interest.
No, of course.
Well, they are now.
We're
on the watch list.
Well, I mean, there's 1.7 billion people in China. I mean, there's hopefully
someone's watching.
Hopefully, there's a job out there for
doing?
somebody to be like, "Hey, you listen to this cabin radio stream. You just make sure there's nothing untoward happening." And he's like, very well.
Jeff, we're really happy with your progress. We're going to bump you up to the Cabin Radio account.
Oh, all right.
Keep an eye on that Facebook.
That's right.
They played AC/DC Hard as a Rock. No, that's okay.
That's all right.
Boss, I got a big one. You sexy thing. Just popped up on their live feed.
On a live feed.
Send the email.
Hot chocolate!
Send the email.
So, the myriad of emails we get, those two were pretty great. Like, we get a lot of spam. We get a lot of bot stuff. That was pretty great.
Here's the mysterious thing. That email has disappeared from my inbox.
Yes, I know. Right? That is the weirdest thing.
I'm pretty sure I didn't delete it because I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
And I wanted to bring it up at some point on the show, which we are right now. But for the life of me, I cannot find it in my inbox. And I'm not a strict enough person that I would delete it and then immediately go into my trash bin and empty it from there.
Yeah.
So I think it just disappeared. I think they snuck into my Gmail account, just slipped that email out of there.
You know how easy it is to hack a Gmail account? It must be child's play to someone who knows what they're doing.
Mine actually just did, my personal one.
Got hacked?
Yeah, they sent an email, and they used a name that is constantly brought up in this thread that I'm in.
Yeah.
Saying, you need to pay this X amount of dollars.
Oh, God.
And someone in the thread was like, I don't think this is real. I was like, it's not. I didn't send that at all. And they used the specific name.
Yeah.
What was the name?
Caroline.
Caroline.
Sweet Caroline?
That's right.
No.
Oh.
No.
But you get the ones that you get the ones in your text
She's
all the
nice,
time as
Caroline.
well, right?
Nasty Caroline.
The ones in text,
Oh.
you have to pay this to so and so.
Oh, yeah. I've had
Please
those.
follow this link.
I'm in Mexico. I'm trapped.
Yeah.
You need to send $400
I'm not
right
gonna do
now.
Oh, I mean, yeah, we get
If you're in
4 of those
Mexico and
every
trapped,
day.
that is your problem. That is going to do it for the Cabin Radio mailbox. If send us more stuff, Warner Brothers, I guess. And this one's for Jeff in China, listening to us for Warner Brothers. Hot chocolate, you sexy thing. Mornings at the Cabin.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast was recorded before a sort of live, thankfully not in the studio, audience.
Share your terrible date stories to Cabin at the mailbox at cabinradio.ca. Send us a Facebook message, and you could win some flowers from Flowers North or a Valentine's Day. And I shouldn't say or. It's not an and/or situation, right?
No, I think it's both.
It's and.
There is no second prize.
That's right. And a Valentine's Day gift back from Great Slave Gifts. We'll be taking entries all the way up until Valentine's Day, which is on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. If you forgot, you still have plenty of time to get something nice. You really do, right? I mean, it's Valentine's Day.
Depends on your definition of nice.
Well, and also how well did you do at Christmas? I mean, if you did get at Christmas, then Valentine's Day is just like, you know what? Let's just go out for dinner.
Yeah, you can make up for your your shortcomings at Christmas.
Yeah.
with Valentine's Day sometimes.
Absolutely right.
Sometimes.
So we've heard some phenomenal, terrible date stories. We've also heard some date stories that turned into weddings, and it's just like, okay. And then we've heard ones where people fear for their lives.
Yeah.
And now for a nice little shift into, I don't know what we're about to hear. We heard one off the air that we can't share on the air. That was pretty great. Friend of the show, Bridget Rusk, joins us to share some terrible date stories. We've been waiting for this all week because she's been out of town, but now she's back and she's ready to share. She's got a notebook
Chock full of terrible date stories.
Terrible dates. It's a page and a half. Page and a half. She's been up since 2:30 this morning, making us banana bread and writing down these stories. Mm-hmm. They've all in Cole's notes form, but there's a page and a half. There's how many dates?
6 that I can share.
6 that you can share. 6 that are PG enough to share. Bridget, welcome to the show once again. Thanks for coming by.
Hello. I'm very happy to be here.
Yes, you are. You are buzzing. You're literally buzzing.
How was your trip home, first of all?
It was great. I went down for work, and then I got to kind of zip home and see my family, see the chickens.
Steal some eggs?
Steal some eggs.
Yeah, it was hard.
Yeah.
Had to sneak in, not get bitten. But the 2 mean ones died, so it's
Great news.
You killed 2 chickens?
It was really great, actually, because it's just the 4 kind of
docile
ones. You know, that's life on the farm, baby.
If you're mean, you die.
That's beautiful.
Dark tone to the start of this.
So we've been wanting you to share these terrible dates for a while, and you've been out of town. So you're back now, and we can't wait to hear some of these because just kind of interacting with you is a lot of fun.
Your energy right now is alarming.
Is kind of off the charts. Yeah. So let's go to the first one.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Let's get the
music up.
I got a special selection.
Here we go.
For Bridget's terrible date stories.
Wonderful.
We got a
Okay, so the first
Go ahead.
dude.
Go ahead. You'll recognize it.
He just as a backstory at this time he had a side job where he had to dress up in I believe 17th century outfits, and that's not why we went on the date, but it should have been an indicator as to his personality. And so he spent the majority of the date lamenting the fact in great detail that he was technically, by lineage, I don't remember it at this time, the rightful heir to some title or estate in Ireland.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
And just really, really angry with the British the whole time.
Yeah. Well,
fair, we're all angry with the British.
Yeah.
And so he also went on to talk about how his first language was Old English, like not
Ye old?
Not like Shakespeare English, but
Right.
actually Old English.
Against his will.
And so his mom had taught it because she thought it would be endearing, but really now he's just
Now just angry.
He's just weird.
Yeah.
He's
He's just a big weirdo.
and couldn't communicate properly with anyone for the first 5 years of his life.
Oh.
He also went on to say that he had been rejected by the RCMP recruitment twice and was paranoid that they were observing us on our date, and this third time was his shot, so we had to behave perfectly.
Oh, he's shot to like become part of the force.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, his application was pending.
Pending on your date.
We're dipping into mental illness territory with this guy. Like paranoia is.
And then, unrelated to our date, but I knew him like later on. So one time he had a bat in his house, and then rather than shoo it out, he put on leather gloves and thought he'd be able to grab it. So then obviously the bat bit through it, and he got rabies and had to get needles in his butt.
Ooh.
And then
Jeez.
I was on a different date doing
Same
an
guy?
escape room. No, like with somebody else.
Oh, okay.
No, that was a segue.
Oh, that was
Doing-
a segue?
Okay.
Needle,
Yeah.
needle in the butt was a segue.
And then so I am on a different date. That date's going well.
Yeah.
And then we're doing an escape room, but this one had live actors. And I've totally forgot about him or his existence. But then there's this police officer or whomever of the 17th or 18th century that has to kind of like hop out and be like, aha, I caught you. And he hops out of this cupboard of the room when we've solved the Maple murder mystery or whatever. And it's him, and we make dead eye contact, and then he just ran out of the room.
Oh no.
Yeah, so that's
So he
That's
made
that
2
dude.
terrible dates.
Wow.
But the other one turned into a relationship, so that was good.
Oh, okay.
That's nice.
Well, that one's disqualified.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Well, share. Yeah, we got time for some more.
Okay, so the next chick, we'll call her Chick. She was initially, so we were supposed to go on this date, but then she starts texting me. So her best friend had the same name as me, so she's texting me thinking I was her best friend.
Oh,
And
Accidental text on
we've
purpose.
heard this.
This is Curb Your Enthusiasm stuff.
And so our date was Thursday, and so on Wednesday she's texting me about a date she's on Wednesday, and that date's going horribly. And then at the end she's like, blah blah blah, I love you, have a great night. And so that was kind of
wow.
I didn't know at the time that her best friend had my same name, so to be told I love you, I was very flattered. But anyways, we ended up going on a date the next day. It wasn't too bad, but she ended up ghosting me. So
That's not how you treat someone you love.
That's
I'm
right.
Sorry. That's,
No doubt.
the next one's not.
I'm glad you could hear that in the mic.
Oh,
Who needs
here's
sound
another one.
effects?
I had a whole phase where I was dating people, going on dates with people who dressed as different characters. Who
What?
So this dude was he was the Green Knight from medieval times.
Nice.
And so we didn't meet at medieval times.
oh, that's the live action jousting
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we met.
Got it.
There were no forks in medieval times, therefore there are no forks at medieval times.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And so, yeah, we met at a beach I was working at. And so, he asked what day I got off work at the store and whatever. And so we were hanging out. But unfortunately, he didn't ask any reciprocal questions and etc. But more so, I was really interested to go on the date because I'm from a farm and I also worked with horses. And so
Yeah.
I thought maybe, being a Green Knight, he would be like, you're super into equine.
We
But
can joust together.
he was more into the role for really being heavy into the medieval dialogue.
Another old
This
English
is a bit
man.
of a trend. Bit of a trend here.
Yeah, being like, oh, your hair is exquisite in the moonlight, fair maiden. I believe was the direct
Oy.
line.
Like all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the direct
Like
line.
Milady.
the whole date? He was like that?
Just
Yeah.
just neckbeard things.
But it wasn't like that when, he was asking me on the date, which obviously was the reason
That would
I
have been
went
charming.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be he should have been. That's dishonest of him. You got to be yourself when you're asking for the date. So, because that way, at least you got a match. Like, may I take you yonder, blah blah blah, fair maiden? And she goes, yeah, I'm into it. And I'm like, great. Rather than springing it on her halfway through the first date, you're a completely normal person. Then halfway through the first date, you're like, yeah.
It's also misleading. You're like, oh, that's kind of cute. And then you're like, oh,
all the time,
all the time.
Yeah. And then, yeah, anyways. I won't go on with that one.
You got one more? One more.
I have two really quick ones. There
Okay.
was one, these both, I was the bad date. There was
Nice.
one, I was on a
okay.
date with a girl. I turned around, and she was sitting on the bench, kind of looking like she was leaning in, wanting to kiss, and I realized I couldn't remember her name.
You don't need to.
Yeah, you
You're
don't need
about to kiss.
You don't need to say her
Yeah.
name before you move in.
Yeah.
So
I know
just
that was more
Stop
just,
everything. I've forgotten your name.
What's your DOB?
and then there was another one where I was on a date with a
your
guy,
ASL.
and we kissed, and then I I sneezed in his face.
Oh, yes.
There it is.
Strong ending.
That's
strong.
Absolutely.
ending.
That's the stuff I was waiting for. Amazing.
Oh,
Nice big
man.
sneeze in the face. And what happened after that?
Wait. Sorry. Before we go on, was the sneeze pre-kiss or post-kiss?
No, it was kiss, and then maybe an inch away.
Oh my Lord.
Awesome.
So you were feeling like you were going to sneeze while you were kissing him.
You were fighting it off.
You're kind of leaning in.
Trying
You're
to
like,
battle it.
No, it was a surprise to everyone involved.
What did he say? What was the first words that came out of his mouth? Gross.
blah, blah, probably. Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
No, now you have to share. Tell me. Tell us.
That's why we're here,
Yeah,
bro.
that's exactly why we're here. Tell us.
Was it yuck?
He sneezed back in your face.
I did not get a second date from that one.
Oh, what a jerk.
Where I come from, that's very normal.
Yeah. It's a sign of respect.
What
Actually-
did he say?
We we both went home separately from that exact spot on the sidewalk.
Oh, wait, he didn't say a thing.
He said nothing.
anything?
We were
Just turned
both,
around.
I think we were 17.
Yeah.
Still.
What can you say? You know?
Yeah. You wipe your face and you get out of there.
You
Bridget.
scream, "You're disgusting," and run the other way.
Yeah. I'd sneeze right back in your face.
That's right.
Now we're even.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, especially if the date was going well. There you go.
Now we're even.
If he
Now we're
really
even.
liked you, I guess that's probably what he would have done.
Yeah, that's right.
Just sneezed back in your face, and then the dynamic's even again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well. He wasn't good enough
That's how you
for
know you have a
Bridget.
keeper.
That's
That's right.
right.
That's right. Bridget, thank you so much for sharing your terrible date stories. There are a couple in there, again, which we cannot share.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
sound pretty awesome.
The page flips.
The
were-
page.
Yeah.
Perfect.
For the record,
So
I have
good.
had good dates
Yes.
too.
Yeah.
Just want to.
Why you boo? We don't
But we don't want to
Why
hear
are we
about
even here?
those.
We don't want to hear about things going well. Thank you as always for joining us. It's always a pleasure to have you. Thank you for the banana bread in your classic casserole dish. Like
You didn't
that
sneeze
thing
in
might
it,
be
did you?
worth something.
You didn't sneeze in the banana bread?
You won't know until you try it.
Oh, that's
Ew.
true.
I don't.
How
No,
would
I
we
didn't.
know? This tastes like sneeze.
Tastes like sneeze.
No, I did not sneeze in it.
Okay. Good.
Very hygienic kitchen.
Oh, good.
Only when you kiss.
There are no rules.
Okay. Bridget Rusk from Wilfrid Laurier University. She works just down the hall, and she has been a constant guest on this show. And now you know why. Because she shares stories like that. Wonderful stuff. Share your terrible date stories to mailbox@cabinradio.ca or send us a Facebook message or post it on Facebook somewhere, and you could win the Flowers from Flowers North and a Valentine's Day gift pack from Great Slave Gifts. The bar has been set pretty high.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast.
Yesterday, it was announced that a new Tyrannosaurus Rex, well, it's not a Tyrannosaurus Rex, a new Tyrannosaurus species. I wasn't even aware that there were different Tyrannosaurs.
I thought they died years ago.
Well, they did. This one's about 80 million years old. It was discovered in Alberta. It was the first new Tyrannosaur discovered in 50 years. Now, 50 years is 1970. That's my brain doesn't compute that way. So it lived in the Cretaceous period, making it the oldest known Tyrannosaur from North America. All right. Now, this is reported by the University of Calgary. And it's pretty cool. I mean, it stood 8 feet tall.
A T-Rex?
Yeah. So it's a small T-Rex.
Yeah, it doesn't sound.
It's a
very big
smaller
at all.
T-Rex. It's a smaller Rex. Maybe it's not a fully grown T-Rex, but its Latin name is Thanatothuristis digrutorum.
Oh, why don't you start with that? I know that one.
It translates to Reaper of Death. I said Latin from Greek. I'm an idiot. They say they chose the name that embodies what this tyrannosaur was as the only known large apex predator of its time in Canada, the Reaper of Death. So at that time, 80 million years ago, dinosaurs were probably becoming smaller, more bird-like as they started to kind of shift towards birddom. Mm-hmm. So that's probably why it's only 8 feet tall. I mean, it's 8 feet tall. It's shorter than a friggin' polar bear, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
You know?
Polar bear shorter than 8 feet tall?
No, I said it's short. It's shorter than a polar bear.
Yeah.
A polar bear is larger than 8 feet tall.
Really?
Yeah, it's the largest carnivore land carnivore in the world.
Yeah,
they
they're
can stand.
huge.
They can stand between 9 and 12 feet tall,
Good Lord.
or something. I don't know.
They're
Most of
gonna
them
kill
don't
us all.
get that big. Yeah, they should. We're taking away their habitat. But I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, I'm still a dinosaur lover, but I mean, this gives new credence to the new Jurassic.
Now I'm
Jurassic
not
Park.
so sure.
Right. Jurassic World 3 is coming up and shooting in Merritt, BC right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
you can audition for it.
But they don't want smaller dinosaurs in
No,
Jurassic
they don't.
Park.
That's true.
Yeah.
Although the last one in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, which is garbage, they had the Velociraptor / T-Rex. They
the
called
hybrid.
it. Well, in the first one they called it the Indominus Rex.
Yep.
Right, because it was basically a new dinosaur with raptor blood in it and stuff. The second one was a raptor tied with a new raptor, and I can't remember what it was called because that movie is terrible.
Super Raptor.
Super Raptor. And it was smaller. It wasn't that big. Probably about as big as this guy. Maybe a little smaller. So there's a nice little drawing of it and stuff. Like, have you seen? So
Got
this
the
one looks.
signature T-Rex hands, I see.
Yeah. Oh, it's still got the small little claws.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But like it draws it a little bit more colorfully because they're starting to kind of get into like, okay, this is not what these dinosaurs look like. Like the classic dinosaur that you've seen from Jurassic Park. they're discovering more and more that these dinosaurs probably had feathers, and looked very different to what we know.
Well, there's no feathers on this guy.
He looks a little bushy though.
He just shaved.
I'm kind of fascinated by the colors.
Yeah. So I mean, they add color to him just to make him look a little bit more, whatever. But I mean, it's,
Put some stripes on his tail. I thought that looked pretty sharp.
Speed stripes.
Agreed. But I mean, it kind of tying into like what North America would have been. It would have been a rainforest back in that time, and like you see animals in the rainforest now, and they've got bright colors.
Yeah.
Most of the ones that are bright colored are kind of more poisonous, venomous, I should say. So like they kind of tied that in with the new images of what new artist conceptions of what these dinosaurs should be. So I think it looks great.
Maybe add a chameleon thing going on to it.
Maybe.
Like blend into different.
The Indominus Rex did.
Yeah.
Remember in Jurassic World?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Well, for a species named the Reaper of Death.
Yes.
I'm looking at the picture, and I got to say,
Yep.
that doesn't look very scary.
More like an 8-foot turkey. Yeah. All right.
Did they say so?
The kid's terrible.
Yeah, the kid's awful.
Kid sucks.
So southern Alberta.
Yes. So
They didn't say exactly, like, I'm assuming just Drumheller, because that's just kind
It
of where
is.
all the
So,
dinosaurs hung out.
I said University of Calgary. They released the image. This is an announcement from the Royal Sorel Museum of Paleontology. A friend of mine actually works there.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
We dated. It didn't end well. So
Tell the story.
no terrible dates, though. Really, no
Oh.
terrible dates. Like it just started as one of the. We didn't have a relationship. We had a mutual understanding.
Yeah. She was too into dinosaurs.
No, that would have been a huge plus. That would have been a huge plus.
She didn't bring her work home with her. That was the problem.
That's right.
I see.
That's right.
I see.
Exactly. She had really short arms. No, she didn't. It's terrible. That's terrible. Her name's Jessica, and I hope she's doing very well. And so, I mean, I love dinosaurs. That's very cool that there's still discovering new dinosaurs.
Yeah.
This late in the game, which is very, very cool.
We're almost into overtime now.
Yeah, that's right. I mean,
Jeez.
We're going to rip up all the land. I mean, probably we'll discover a whole bunch of stuff. Not all these dinosaurs turned into oil, which is what we're talking about. So, an 8-foot Tyrannosaurus. I mean, you see the one like the fully grown ones, the T-Rex.
Yeah.
Like 25 feet tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not very efficient.
So we call this one the Wee Rex.
Wee-Rex.
Oh! So John Hammond has his work cut out for him. We have a Wee Rex. Life finds a way. Thanatorthoristis degrutorum. The Reaper of Death. Beautiful stuff. That's how we're going to end this. That's where we're going to end this. What are you laughing at?
Thanks for listening. Check out more from the show at cabinradio.ca and by following the Mornings at the Cabin Facebook page.